Hello again everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek if you haven't been here before. If you have been here before, thank you so much for coming back and joining me today. Excuse the noise in the background. I've paused the washing machine while I'm recording and now Max has decided to have a big drink, so you can probably hear a lot of in the background. I do apologise. Right, so I'm here today to carry on working on the Rambling Rose journal. This is a design team project for Sunny Creates. I'll leave all the information in the description below, and I will try and remember to link to the first video. So since you were last here, if you were indeed last here, I've gone through, I put the pages together with you, and then I went back and I have sort of done different things to the pages that were too big. So this cardstock page I've made into a deep pocket, and then some other pages I cut down, I've just used the cut-offs to cover the background of that, but I haven't stuck that down yet. Nothing's stuck down, it's just sort of all just tucked into place so that I've got an idea of what I'm doing. The Edith Holden pages I have just folded in. They will either be flips or they will be pockets. I haven't decided yet. The other scrapbook paper, I've just cut the bottom off that, but that needs a bit of attention because where I had folded it up, I've not cut it in quite the right place. And it doesn't look very nice. So I need to chop a little bit more off there. And I'm not bothered that the pages are not all exactly the same size. The music pages, I have trimmed the edges off, that that were just the white edges. And then I have folded those pages into pockets and stuck some lace on. So in two of the signatures, I've put this white lace on. But as you can see, I haven't closed any of the pockets yet. And then in two other signatures, I've put this wider pink lace on so that it just sort of tumbles down below the pages. So that's all I have done since you were last here, because I'm not having a lot of time at the moment to craft. So what I want to do today is I want to make a page of pockets, which you've seen me do before in other journals, but I haven't done it for a while. So what I've done, this is all the ephemera pages from the kit, and I did do a flip through in the previous video. In the kit as a page came 2 pages shrunk down to fit 1 page, and then there was another page that had 4 pages shrunk down to fit 1 page. So that's like these 4 were all on 1 page. So I've just cut those down, and I thought I would use one of these of the 4 page as a big sort of back pocket, and then these envelope pockets, and these pockets I should say, come as part of the kit. So I thought I would use a couple of those as well. So I've just cut those out ready to go. Let's put all those papers up there out of the way. So what I've got in mind to explain what I'm doing, on the back of this plainer scrapbook page, I'm going to use this as a big pocket in the background, and I haven't decided yet whether it's going to be a corner pocket or a top loading pocket. And then I thought I would have this pocket on top, so that will sort of go somewhere like that. And then this shaped pocket underneath. So we've got 3 pockets on top of each other. Usually I sort of vary the sizes, but as these pockets have come as part of the kit, I might as well use them. And obviously they'll be a bit smaller when they're folded down. So if I liked the idea of having this one as a side pocket, because then I could have a tab sticking out. It's more interest down the edge. but I'm concerned that it might interfere with the two pockets at the side. It shouldn't do, but just in case. Whereas if I have them all going from the top, it's, I don't know, it seems a bit easier. But the first thing I need to do, let's take this page out so that we can see what we're doing. So I need to go through and stitch everything in here, but I can't do that on camera. Let's see if I can do this bit on camera without knocking the actual camera, because I've been very silly. For some reason I've put my camera in a different place this morning because it's early and I'm not thinking straight. And it's right where I'm working, so I apologise in advance if I knock you all over. It's quite likely to happen. So let's pop that out of the way. And then this edge might need something doing to it because it's a bit crumpled, but I can worry about that, and I can stick a bit of lace, stitch some lace on there, or add a tab or something. Now, because this is plain stark white, I don't want to leave it like that. So I've been rooting through my stash. I found two sort of pinkish inks. So I'm just going to have a quick look at what they look like, and then I'll decide which one I'm going to use. So I need a piece of scrap paper. Let's just use the edge. Let's use the back of that because they will be, I'm sure I'll be sticking them onto something before I use them. So I think this is the lighter one. Let's have a look and see what this looks like first. These Stampin' Up pads are usually very juicy, but I've had these for years and years and years, and these particular ones have been stuck out in the garage, so I think that might be a bit too orangey. That's dark, but I think that will work better. So we're going to put away the crisp cantaloupe, put that to one side, and we're going to use strawberry slush. So I wonder if I want to do a little bit of stenciling around the edge of this page, and I'm just wondering if I can make it lighter. Most of everything here is going to be covered up anyway once I stick all the pockets down, so it should be all right. So which of these shall I use? I think I'll go for the first one. These stencils are from Craft Sensations. If you're interested. So, where's my mat? There it is, underneath everything to the side of me. So, see how this looks. Oh, it looks like it might be too dark, but as I say, I'll be covering, it's not too bad. I will be covering everything up. Well, not everything, but I just want some interest at the edges, so I think it will be all right. I'm just trying to line the pattern up. And I'm making a bit of a mess. I'm probably using it the wrong way around. That's probably what I'm doing. But the middle bit will be covered with the pockets, so I think we'll be all right. There's my, can't see my do that one because I always have a line at the top. I'm going down the middle as well. So how is everybody? I hope you're all well, enjoying the summer holidays. We've had a couple of nicer days of weather over the last couple of days, which has been nice. But it's definitely been raining here overnight. I'm hoping it's going to stay nice today. I'm going to babysit for my grandsons today. So it's always nice if the weather is pleasant because it means we can play out in the garden. Which is why I'm doing this video so early in the morning, because I have to get there, get this done, walk the dog and get round there all before 10 o'clock. So, right, that will do. I'm no artist. Do you know, for the longest time, I didn't use stencils because this might make you laugh. They were, to me, they were artists' equipment, and I'm not an artist. I've never considered myself arty. That's school for you. Very quick to point out your limitations. At least my school was anyway. I'm sure they're not all the same. Right, I've got ink all over my hands now. Okie dokie. Let's see if I can make this work. And I need to decide on the placement of everything before I stick it down, because I will want a notch in that back pocket. And I can't do it once it's stuck down. So that's our page. Let's just try and score these bits that need scoring. Sorry about my bracelet knocking everything. I need to try and score this. I've left a little bit extra here. It's better to turn over to protect that top edge when you're popping things in and out. And I've had a fight with the guillotine and got a little extra cut there where there doesn't need to be a cut. Why can't I find a hole here? There's a hole. So I have to be careful of that when I'm folding this pocket. Can't I find a little hole? Let's go smaller. A little bit smaller than it should be, but now this one I need to bring it over because it's too in the corner. I didn't realise how much noise my bracelet made on my scoreboard. I do apologise. That doesn't feel straight even. Right. Who knew that using a scoreboard could be so tricky? That's one. So when you're over in this corner, it's a bit tricky to see what you're doing. This one I didn't leave an edge to fold over. I think it was too close to the other pocket on the page. So I didn't have the option. Either that or I just forgot. And these ephemera pieces, I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, I had issues. I've still got issues with my computer. It keeps deciding just to disconnect from the internet for no apparent reason. It keeps telling me it's too far away from the router, but it's in the same room and nothing else is having issues. I mean, my printer's upstairs, that's connecting fine to the router. And then yesterday, so yeah, anyway, so this is why halfway when I was printing the kit out, the computer kept disconnecting from the internet, and so the printer would stop. And then when I reconnected it, the printer started printing again, and it kept, you know, it would have had half a page printed before it stopped, and then it started all over again. So I had lots of pages that were like half printed on the back. So I used those to print the ephemera, which is why some of these have got some of these are printed on the back and some are not. So I'm going to stick that down and stick these edges down, and then we'll see what we're working with. So yes, my computer, if anybody has any ideas, yesterday I was doing my Cricut class, which I've mentioned before. I'm doing a class to learn how to use my Cricut properly. Right, these ones don't have a top edge, so that's all right. And yesterday we were making bunting and got almost to the point of cutting the bunting out, and my computer decided to disconnect from the internet. I've lost my little snips. I know they're out somewhere because I've had them. Oh, they're right over there. Yeah, so it disconnected from the internet in the middle of the class. We're on Zoom, we're on limited time. And with Cricut Design Space, when you restart your computer, which I'm having to do at the moment to get the machine to reconnect to the, and that's folded up there, so I need to cut this not where it's printed but where I folded it. Every time I need to reconnect the internet, I have to actually restart the machine. And when you restart the machine and you've got Cricut Design Space open, you have to close Cricut Design Space down and it loses whatever you're working on. So I had to restart completely from scratch and remake my bunting again. So everybody else, you know, was getting to the point of cutting theirs out and stringing their bunting together. And I'm faffing about restarting my computer and connecting it to the, anyway, it still wouldn't connect to the internet. So then I had to connect it to my phone hotspot. Bearing in mind, my phone was literally propped up against my computer, and my computer was telling me that my phone was too far away for it to use as a hotspot. So there's definitely an issue with my computer, not with the internet or the router. And I don't know what to do to solve it. When it first started doing it, which was a few months ago, but it was a lot more sporadic than it is now, I thought it was because there was too much stuff on my computer, and it was because it was using up, you know, everything takes up memory, doesn't it, on the computer? Everything you have stored, everything you do. So I thought that perhaps because there was so much stored on my computer, it didn't have enough memory to remember how to connect to the internet or where the internet was. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but, you know, I was trying to think of logical explanations. Logical to me, anyway. But it's happening more and more often now. My tea's gone cold. Can't stand cold tea. And I went through and deleted loads and loads and loads of stuff off of my computer to free up the memory, and it's got probably the third of its total memory capacity available, so I'm pretty sure it's not that reason. I don't really know what else to do to solve it other than get a new computer. I mean, I love my computer. It was a treat to myself. It's a Mac, and it's very precious to me because I never thought I would be able to afford to buy one, and I did. And I have really looked after it. I'm inking this even though I know I need to put a notch in it, and I don't know where the notch is going to go yet. I'll just re-ink when I've decided, but I want to get a good idea of how this is going to look. And I sort of think of my computer as new, but when I sort of sat down and thought about it the other day, it must be 5 or 6 years old, and I know they don't last forever, do they? So maybe I just need a new computer. Maybe that's what the problem is. I don't know. So if anybody can shed any light on that, I'd be grateful. Because I don't have a Scooby-Doo. Because I use my computer for my business. One of my businesses is making pre-made content for home business owners to use, on Facebook or Instagram or wherever they happen to be. And right, I think I'm answering my own question here, because I want that more over there. I need that to be below there. Now I'm thinking that maybe these are all too similar. Because that rose up there and that rose there is too much the same for my liking. So I don't like, this needs to be more staggered. Get those out of my way. Sorry, I know this is always the most painful part, is me trying to decide what I'm doing and decorating, but it's the way I work, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked the camera stand. Was that the first one I had? That was the first one, because that's inked. So maybe I should have this one, which was my original one. Haha. And this one, because it's a bit of interest, but it's a little bit plainer. I think that's a bit better. So we'll just swap out that middle one. It doesn't matter that, you know, we've prepped the other one because it will get used somewhere else. So, and this is what I mean, until I laid it all out, I wasn't sure about that pocket, this back pocket, but it does need to be, oh, I've gone off camera, haven't I? Sorry. It does need to be a top loading pocket because there's going to be too much here. Look at the state of my hands, got ink everywhere. That's the only thing about the Stampin' Up ink. I do get really messy with it, and it's probably me. So I'm going to put a thumb notch in the top there, but I'm going to use gonna use my bigger circle punch so that it's not all the same all the way down. So let's try and get that roughly in the middle. This punch is starting to play up, but again, it's very, very old. All my Stampin' Up stuff is, oh, I can't be bothered to sit and work out how old it is, but it's years and years and years. So it does last well, and I'm giving that extra ink up there because I want that to really show. So that's that. So I need to prep this one now. So let's try and score those bits again. So, oops, one there. When I try and score to this side, I always move while I'm doing it. It's just not good, is it? I'm trying to see. That's about right. Okay. Let's see what I can do with this. At least when you ink the edges, you know, it's more forgiving with your folding and scoring. Right, let's have a try now and see how this looks. So if that one is about there, the only thing I don't like about this is I haven't come down far enough with the stenciling. I wonder if I could do something about that. Maybe I should have just gone over the whole page. It'll do. Right, so if we have that one up there, then we have this one here. I've still got two roses next to each other. That's what I was trying to avoid. How did I manage that? I didn't even notice it on that one, but on the other one it was very noticeable to me. And then we have that like that. We've got our stack of pockets. And I think that looks okay. I'm just going to have to live with this. Otherwise I'll be here all day playing with different combinations of things. So I'm going to stick those down. Aren't I brave? So I need my art glitter glue for this, I think, because I need to have it as thin as possible on there. And I can't. There it is. I was going to say I can't see my glue, but there it is. So I'm going to go round 3 sides as thinly as possible, which is tricky for me. I'm not delicate. Are you there, glue? Are you coming out? Hello? There you are. Oops. I was thinking of making some of these pockets in not kit page, you know, maybe some scrapbook page or something, even plain paper. I'm going to fold my page so that I can see where I'm placing this. But as those pockets were already, you know, there, I felt like I should use them. I need this to go over to one side and down so that there's room for everything else and to put tag in. So that looks fairly straight. And then I want this one about halfway up and off to the side, but I haven't cut my corners yet. Lucky I remembered before I put the glue on. So let's do that. It's the good thing about inking. You can see exactly where you folded. Go away, go away, go away. So that is going to go about there. Is that right? I think that's right. So a bit more glue. So although my camera stand is in a very awkward place this morning and I do not know what possessed me to put it there, I think you can see more of what I'm doing, because normally I'm saying, oh, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just gluing. Not that, you know, you really need to see me gluing, but it's nice to know what's going on, isn't it? Behind closed doors. Right, so we're going to have that one about halfway down, I think. And I think that's straightish. And then let's pop this one at the bottom. I also want to do in this journal another one of those envelope stacks that I did. Again, I can't remember which journal it was, but I had all envelopes like stuck on top of each other and they could all open. And it looked like just a pile of envelopes on the page. And I really liked the way that came out. So I want to do that again in this journal. And I have in mind who this journal is for. It's not a commission, but I know who I want to give it to. So it's already spoken for. So that's that. So let's pop it back. I haven't cut any of the tags out yet to pop in and show you what it looks like, have I? But let's pop it back where it's going to live. I've piled everything on top of the pages that I'm working on. So we'll be flipping through, flipping through, flipping through, flipping through. You get another look at what I've done. Ta-da! That's come out okay. Quite pleased with that. So, have I got, I mean, this, we've got a pocket here. We've got a pocket here. And we've got a pocket here. And obviously, when those pockets have all got things in, it's going to look quite lovely, I think. Lovely and fussy. And I'm just seeing if I've got anything else I can pop in that sort of looks. I think these might be too wide because I haven't cut them down. Let that go in one. So yeah, we could have one of those library cards in there or down there. And we could even stick on a little tiny, you know, corner tucky type thing. You know, just imagine if I stuck that there, for example, then that could be another little tuck there for something. So, and I literally have just picked that out as an example. I don't know if that would actually look okay there. But you get the idea. Oh look, if I cut this out, or maybe that's too much pink. But anyway, that's the idea. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fill that stack of pockets with lovely things. And I tell you what, I made in my class yesterday when I made bunting, at each end I had a little heart, because I made my granddaughter's bunting, and I saved these pink cutouts because I thought they might look nice somewhere in this journal, so they may make an appearance. But there you go, that's what we've done today. A pile of pockets, a page of pockets. So I hope you liked that. Thank you for joining me. I hope it wasn't too painful to listen to. I'll be back again as soon as I can with some more work, probably on this. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.